What if I told you the people who once laughed at you will one day pretend they always believed in you? This isn't just a story. This is what happens when silence turns into power. I wasn't always strong. In fact, I was the easiest person to ignore. In school, I was that quiet guy sitting in the last row, not because I wanted to, but because no one ever saved me a seat. I remember one day clearly. The teacher asked a question. I knew the answer. I raised my hand, but before I could even speak, someone laughed and said, "Sir, don't ask him, he barely talks." The whole class laughed, and I slowly lowered my hand. That moment didn't just hurt, it changed me. Life didn't get easier after that. Friends, I didn't really have any. People only came to me when they needed help. Notes, assignments, favors. But when I needed someone, silence. I remember messaging a group once, "Is anyone free to hang out?" Seen by everyone, replied by no one. That night, I realized something painful. I wasn't invisible. I was just unimportant to them. Time passed, but the feeling stayed. Being overlooked, being ignored, it slowly eats you from the inside. You start questioning yourself. Am I not good enough? Am I boring? Do I even matter? And the worst part? You don't get answers, just silence. But the real turning point came later. I applied for a job I really wanted. I worked hard for it, prepared day and night, and when the results came out, rejected. But here's the part that broke me. Someone I knew, someone who used to copy my work, got selected. He looked at me and said, "Bro, maybe this just isn't for you." He smiled. That fake smile. That was the moment something inside me snapped. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't complain. I made a decision. No more begging for attention. No more trying to prove myself to people who don't care. I said to myself, if they don't see my value, I'll build it so big they won't be able to ignore it. And from that day, I disappeared. Not physically, but mentally. I stopped chasing people. I stopped explaining myself. I stopped fitting in. Instead, I started working. While they were partying, I was learning. While they were scrolling, I was building. While they were laughing, I was focused. No one clapped for me. No one supported me. It was just me and my goals. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. There were nights I wanted to quit. Nights where everything felt pointless. Nights where I questioned, is this even worth it? But every time I felt like giving up, I remembered their laughter. I remembered being ignored. I remembered that message, seen by everyone, replied by no one. And that pain became my fuel. Slowly, things started changing. Not overnight, not magically, but step by step. I improved. I grew. I learned skills they never thought I had. I built confidence they never saw. And for the first time in my life, I stopped doubting myself. Opportunities started coming. Small ones at first, then bigger ones. I grabbed every chance I got. I failed sometimes, but this time I didn't stop because I wasn't doing it for them anymore. I was doing it for myself. And one day, everything changed. I walked into a place I once dreamed about, a place I thought I would never reach. But this time, I wasn't there as a visitor. I was there because I belonged. And guess who I saw there? The same people, the same faces who once ignored me, the same people who laughed, the same ones who made me feel small. But this time, they weren't laughing. They were quiet. Some looked surprised. Some looked uncomfortable. And some couldn't even look me in the eyes. One of them came up to me and said, "Bro, I always knew you'd make it." I looked at him, and for a second, I remembered everything. The laughter, the silence, the disrespect. But I didn't react. I just smiled. Because in that moment, I understood something powerful. Revenge isn't about hurting others. It's not about proving them wrong with words. It's not about going back with anger. Real revenge is becoming so strong, so confident, so successful that their opinions don't matter anymore. I didn't destroy them. I outgrew them. And that was the real victory. So if you're being ignored right now, if people don't see your value, if they laugh at you, doubt you, overlook you, good, let them. Stay silent, stay focused, keep working when no one is watching, because one day you won't need revenge. Your success will say everything. And trust me, that silence will be louder than anything you could ever say.